Hello, hello! Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. So, last time it was actually daytime, but my friends called me away to do one of the new extreme trials. Apparently Alphinaud used to invite people over, and Alisaie just didn't. Oh, Alisaie doesn't want us to see her human side. Or all her squishmallows. I like that it snows in Charlea. I don't think any other town area, I guess Ishgard might have snow sometimes. Alright, there's their hot mom. You know, I'm pretty sure that's just one of the basic elves and female faces with the Alma hair, but the dress they got on her, and they just got it. She looks nice. She looks nice. It's the Rogadine that we saw back in the foil.
Oh, my lady.
He's like the discount butler outfit, because the butler outfit wasn't in the game yet back then. It's a lot of servants.
What? What are you gawping at?
The fact that you have like 8 billion servants and you're filthy stinking rich. See. If you say Scion headquarters, she says, I'm actually quite fond of the Rising Stones. I'm not sure about the other two.
Oh, gods, please don't. It makes me feel like a spoiled princess.
Lord Fourcheneau is not to hear of this visit.
Oh snap.
And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
The dude looks like if Sir Sephiroth was a butler his whole life instead of a knight.
Master Alphinaud, Mistress Alisaie, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
Oh, shan't you, huh? Uh-oh, they're leaving me alone with the mom.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures.
Oh, of course they
I am
have.
sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Oh, goodness. We got a little fan club going here.
'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them.
We need to get a proper computer screen cleaner.
Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Is that Taria's voice actress? But like doing like a more, you know, less nasally, less high-pitched, a lower-pitched version of her own voice.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
Huh.
See for yourself.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
Female butler of a voice line. Alright. Oh, it's Sage Newliths, as they're called.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortunato has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh man, that's literally her saying that he wasn't gonna allow her to do a lot of stuff in life, and she did it anyway, and he had to deal with it. And it usually worked out for the better. But God, what a shitbag dad. I don't care if he is working
Oh, Mother.
his forum job all hard for his kids, supposedly.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
But I may have already said it once. A lot of the drama that goes on in Sharlayan is really melodrama. It's just there to temporarily make you feel like a negative emotion or a positive emotion. It's not really the meat of the story or the meat of the emotional play. It's literally side drama that's almost not important at all. Which is kind of sad, because it was seeming like it was going to be something so big. And for these characters it is, you know, like it's their dad disowning them and whatnot, and their mom, you know, reminding them that it's temporary and it's just because of what's going on in life. Our conversation wasn't really private, Alpha. No, there was a butler watching the whole time. I can't even joke about getting to cuck your dad. I mean, unless the butler was into that. Anyway, that finally wraps up the Sharlayan arc. So, if you remember, in Thavnair we got that tower going on, because the Sharlayan arc basically ends in a dead end.
Your time in Thavnair has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the Ethereal Sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavnair.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Fodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained. And I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within. Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
So we can hope. And I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Y'shtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Y'shtola, and myself. The remaining Scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arca Surdra by a considerable margin. If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role. I found wielding a sage's armament to be rather intuitive, and look forward to testing them against a more challenging foe.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Radzat of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
A military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetheryte at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
You gonna tell them about the violent ether sickness? Ah, they'll figure it out. This is one of the things I like a lot about this expansion, is that even though it's split into two areas, because of this instant teleportation, being in Old Sharlayan is essentially the same as basically being in Thavnair. And we could teleport to the Great Work, but because of the geography where you have to take the winding path up, I don't really think it's that much shorter. And I got enhanced mount speed anyway. From doing Fates here on Dragoon. I actually went ahead and worked on Dragoon off camera, did all my roulettes on it. So I'm gonna have DPS up to the level I need it for the one dungeon I want to be DPS on later in life. And yeah. But if it's not obvious, we're coming up on the first dungeon of the expansion, which is gonna be the Tower of Zot. And I don't remember if our trust choices are actually limited by what the story set out. They might be. We might not have access to the other healer options. But it's probably just an excuse for them to show off Sage with Alphinaud. I don't think we have any of the other party members restricted from use. And even if we do, it's not that big of a deal. And I will use trusts just to circumvent other players. You know, don't have to worry about, you know, filming people who don't want to be filmed, or dealing with morons who want to, like, not... You remember back in Heavensward, back in, like, what was it, like the 140th video or whatever it was, where I went through St. Mosium's Arboretum on Astrologian, and I got, like, what was it, a ninja and a tank duo that, where the ninja basically just wanted to auto attack the whole time, didn't want to do anything on bosses or on trash, because it was most likely the tank was playing both characters. It was just trying to get roulettes done for their, like, girlfriend's character or something. But they seemed to actually be two people because of the way they talked, so. Although if I remember right, it was mainly the ninja that talked, and the tank just said, it's more like come on, man, just roll with it. Let's just get this done. You know. Just lay back and take it. Let me be an asshole. I made my whole way through life being an asshole, and why are you trying to stop me now? I hate people like that. My boss is like that. I don't think she's ever listened to anybody in her whole life that's outside of her family. There they are, commenting on the Aether Sickness. There's Vitra's vessel. Giving us the warding scales. Break your monopoly on primates, huh? This tower looks like it has eyes and a face. Okay, yeah, so it looks like our trust options are restricted. His armor is blessed with Ratatospor's power. That's interesting. Okay, so we pretty much have to take this grouping. And either way, the team is one here and 3 elves. So, well, I guess if we went on Dragoon, then it would be 2 heroes and 2 elves. But man, there's a lot of elves and scions. Swing. Hey, look, a Final Fantasy IV reference. It's got 10 stats on it. Pursuit of Caution is for wimps. Pursuit of Caution. funny how like a little kick right up instead of gigantic. You cannot stop us!
You cannot stop us! You underestimate me!
This will hurt.
I guess Urion J buffed me. Yeah. It's kind of neat. The other party helped you with this first attack. Oh, there's Magus. Manusaya, go away. And if you pause to take a look behind you, the other team will be focusing, you know, general being the element.
You underestimate me!
You underestimate me!
You underestimate me!
It's been a real treat to creator of Final Fantasy. He makes tweets pointing out all the references from Final Fantasies he worked on that are in 14 that he loves seeing, like with Armor King. Like, damn, they got him exact. They were different monsters. Look, it's Spiral as it's Charlie. Gaia Gaia Blizzard 3.
This will hurt. You underestimate me! underestimate me!
Oh, no, we didn't actually kill her. She ran away. Oh, look at that. Estinian complimenting Alizé. Her ability to fight. And the gear from here is reskinned Bone Wicca from, what was it? Swallow's Compass from Stormblood. But there's some unique weapons to get here. Oh, look at that. Tempered Imperials, and they got like fucking Cthulhu tentacles. They basically are Cthulhu. It's creepy.
This will hurt!
How are you already doing well behind the red mage? Bad. Well, what do you want? Not good. That red beam attack is red mage ability is called Revolution. Ooh, Umbrals. If you watched my Final Fantasy 11 Let's Play, you saw me run by one of these things in the Adlumin areas. Very clear health, sister. I think we get a lot more durable at level 82. We get an upgrade to Kelton. Makes it last 1 second, and also give a 12-second regen. It's pretty damn wonderful. I heard that Warriors, this expansion, have even more self-healing somehow than before. I've heard of Warriors running entire matches without being influenced by anyone themselves. Which, I mean, Paladin can do it too, they just have to sacrifice their DPS. I think per usual, Warriors comes at the same time that they get monsters, which is a huge advantage. And then again, Paladin can heal other people a lot more readily still, I'm pretty sure. But I'm only pretty sure, I don't actually know. I'm gonna use Hallowed Ground, because there's a lot of monsters, and I don't trust AI.
You cannot stop us!
I'm also out of cooldown. Guys, kill something else. Help them out with another clemency. It's fine. It's like better safe than sorry, especially with trust. Because if I die, I'm gonna trust you. I can start regardless. Which is one way that trust are more difficult when playing with other people, because when the tank dies, it's like, not necessarily is. I say necessarily because a lot of people with the tank dies, they just give up the ghosts and they put their controller down and wait for everyone to die. Sandoruba. I'm gonna just call her Sandy.
Oh god!
That works. As a kid, Sandy was the hottest one here. She had red hair and was tall and skinny. Of the three Magus sisters, she's definitely the best looking. And as before, the trucks are gonna telegraph where we're going to go. Well ahead of time, well ahead of schedule. If you get hit by one of the orbs areas, you get berserked. It's kind of like being I think you just wind up attacking the boss, and then when she does that close-in AoE, this is gonna time stop us. You're gonna get hit with an AoE guaranteed. The only thing you can really do for that one is spread out and don't overlap. So we just look for the one that is still taking god damage or standing still. Standing still is a surefire way because you might not be in a party that has dots on it. A lot of jobs don't have dots on it. But Paladin has dots. Dragoon has dots. Reaper has a dot technically. It's actually a damage type debuff. So you won't see damage from it, but I think from certain Astral Flows, some of them might still have dots from the Eggies, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I know Ifrix and Kindle used to leave the Inferno dot, but I don't know if it does the same thing anymore.
All or nothing!
I feel like they've given the Magus sisters a new look every time they've appeared in the series. In 4, you know, they were just the normal Magus sisters. They were humanoids, one was fat, one was short. That's kind of an understatement. One was tall and lanky. And in one of the translations, I think it was the fan translation, instead of being Cindy, Mindy, and Sandy, they were Dog, Mag, and Rag, or something like that. Like really funny words. How about throw out here? Like, fuck you, dude. I've been wrong to think that attack one. That's why I hate how that Valve Vernacular has made its way into my start stunning shit. It's like the only chance I got. One of the reasons I like Cal. the only tank that has a global cooldown stun, as far as I'm aware. One of the things. Okay, so our cool desperate stun.
You underestimate me!
Got Hallowed Ground back, so let's keep going. I'll wipe us yet. Alright! Cutscene time! That looks nice and juicy. No, not her. The Magus Sisters. Harbingers elect. Yeah, in Final Fantasy X, they look like insects or something like that. They're like bees or wasps or something. 14 here, they're like weird elephant toe-looking Isn't Samsara like the cycle of karma or something like that? Okay, so even though all three of them pop down, basically you don't need to worry about hitting any others. Just like in they reflect their magic off of her. There's enough to dodge here. More or less, I guess since we do have to build it, wait a bit. We will have to kill Mandy and they're not as important. The original fight was done. They cast Reflect on Mindy, and then Mindy bounced magic off of her. Well, I think Sandy did the full attack. Sandy might have also bounced magic off. I was gonna do a Let's Play of Final Fantasy, but I just didn't get around to it. I'm trying to do the 11 Let's Play.
You underestimate me!
Fit two of the sisters with Angel League and also Angel League. So boss fights where that was cool. Apparently, they've got that might have to stack together with that. Looks like the Trust are just going to eradicate.
You cannot stop us!
Do that again.
There!
That's easy enough. Yay, geometry! Triangle for their triangle attack. Why aren't we sad face? Yeah, Baron Cred runs in the frame. I'm here too, guys! I feel like you should be able to multi-roll and come as rogue for DPS. But that would mean having to animate him with daggers again. I don't see why they couldn't. They do it for other trusts. Okay, we got a monster of codex. It's a unique book for Scholar. And all the unique weapons from here have the like black and purple and whatnot. If you want to get a new weapon, Glam, this is a good time to do it.
Is everyone all right?
Nah, we're dead. We died. We're talking
We
about
fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
Lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
Quagmire. Quagmire. Say it with me, British person. Quagmire.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Stola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek. Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. 'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look. Curious. There is something there embedded inside the core. A man's limb.
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
Damn, son.
And that should be the end of it.
What now?
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
I pray I'm not too late.
Catboy Sage Deluxe is doing some stuff. Oh, we're on the beach. That's a lot of elephant people.
Oh, what happened? Where are we?
Back in Thavnir, looks like.
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. But 'tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
G'raha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
It's a lot of everyone's.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Of course.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
I have every faith in you, Alisaie, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more Porksties, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail, Scions! We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
Gonna start lugging elephants back, like 2 elephants at a time or something? Oh, Clyde's sad. He couldn't protect Adana. You can't protect one elephant. How are you supposed to protect the world? Okay, so now we can actually go to Thavnair. And what's kind of funny is you might notice I have most of the map cleared. When I was working on Dragoon earlier, I actually asked a friend with a 2-seater mount to fly me over to the eastern half of the map so I could get that Aetheryte. And just to show you something kind of funny, this is going to be a waste of time, by the way, so feel free to skip ahead if you don't care. But if you get this Aetheryte early, you can actually run up to the zone line of Razat Han. But they've wisened up a little bit since putting in barriers that, you know, you're not supposed to be able to circumvent, but you can circumvent them if you get a friend with a 2-seater that's ahead of you. And the monsters over here are level 85, so obviously not supposed to be over here just yet. But run up here, and this is how they decided to separate the zone. They separated it east to west by this gorge or canyon and this bridge guard right here. If we try to enter Thavnair right now, or not Thavnair, Razat Han, we'll actually get rejected. Alright, so they actually figured that out. They decided to not let you enter if you, you know, circumvented with the help of friends. But you can still do fates over here, and it helps me get the riding speed maps faster. You only need to do 6 fates for the riding maps, but it's kind of worth it. But what's extra funny is, if you do this, you can't actually get through this gate from this side. You can't actually even target Estinian or the guard. You have to, like... Wait, can you just... Probably shouldn't be risking it. I think you can fall off. You can't fall off this side. You can jump over to this side. That's kind of nice. So it wasn't a waste of time after all. Man, I still think the Radiant Guard's armor is so fucking cool looking. Hope we get it soon from someplace. Uh-huh. Okay, so we're in Razat Han now. You can attune to all the Aetherites, but due to the state of emergency or whatever, the main Aetherite you can't attune to. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. Okay. It's a very colorful city, but for some reason there's no market boards here. They say that's also due to the state of emergency or whatever. There's no trade. Trade suffered due to the tower and whatnot. So it makes sense in the first half of the expansion, but later in the expansion it stops making sense. Kind of a mild spoiler, I guess, but if you really don't think that we're going to save the world, in a game about being a hero and saving the world, I don't know what to tell you. I missed what that guy said. Okay, he was just telling us about they do have airships that go out of here apparently. Well, yeah, it's basically giant chicken meat, right? So poultries are always good. I like how Estinian is basically like the like not soy boy nerd or whatever for the Scions. Like he eats meat. He has no qualms about violence or killing. He's my spirit animal. If you will please follow me. Time for more cutscenes. Is it going to be the other Scion's first time meeting a Great Worm? Like, they've seen...
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Like, Estinian has obviously met and killed Great Worms. But I don't think the rest of the Scions really... Like, I think Alphino might have been there with us at Sorkai. Yeah, Alphino was there with us at Sorkai. So Alphino has met Great Worms. Yeah, Alphino has. But the others I don't think have.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Well, I guess they all met Tiamat. Never mind. They all met Tiamat.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one.
We went and got some dank shit.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Good job on that levitation spell, Catboy Sage Deluxe. You didn't even kill yourself.
Valiant Scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence. No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales. Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzat-Han.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia. Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzat-Han will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
Oof. That is a lot of scales. Holy crap, he's bleeding pretty good.
'Tis of no moment. A mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon upon this land and its people.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made.
Alphinaud's like, hey, I was in Heavensward, I know dragons. And Virtue's like, yeah, sonny boy, I'm a lot older than you.
In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
'Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift. Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydaelyn to whom you must look for answers.
Of course. She butchered history.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort. 'Tis a story from my youth, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsormr did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope. He believed, so long as Hydaelyn endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since. Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydaelyn does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
Alright, Thancred's all business.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Hi, Curti. I'm Cryle. Yeah.
Prithee, a moment. There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. the one known to men as Eorzea's champion, this hero of renown and rumor, 'tis thee. I knew it to be so. From man and dragon alike have I learned of thine exploits. 'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread. For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease.
Is that a low-key Berserk reference, Yoshi P?
More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence.
Honestly, I'm more swept up in the storm of their existence. They're the ones who get me into all the trouble and send me off to save the world. I was just some bumblefuck adventurer until they pulled me in. Remembering all the people who died because of us, technically. It's only technically, because they all chose to make those sacrifices themselves. We didn't force it upon them.
Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
Okay, well, we could keep going. But I think we'll just wrap this little quest up here. And before we talk to them, because it's probably another accompany us type thing, we'll just go ahead and stop right here for now. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a great day, and I'll see you next time.